One thing I wanted to ask you is what are some of the, I mean, as you know, I don't know what the prices are where you're at, but a full arch, upper lower implants, we're looking at 30 to $50,000. How are patients kind of, in your opinion, what are some of the ways that the patient justify that cost? So what are some recommendations that you give the offices and you're like, this is how you overcome that barrier when it comes to the financing side of the thing, right? It's an expensive thing. It's almost like you can go buy a brand new car with that money. So how are offices, or in your training, how are you setting the office in a sense to overcome that, essentially the objective of the pricing, if that does come up, and what are some of the solution that is there?
Yeah, I love that. And the great thing is that I don't, right? So I've got treatment coordinators. I'm going to bastardize this answer. And my team members that do this are probably going to laugh. They're going to listen to it and be like, really, Greg? Like you attempted to answer that question because we know you can't. But the truth is, I do have a general understanding. And again, it goes back to the comment that I made, right? The days of simply saying, here's a third party financing company. The APR is reasonable. The VIG, right? Merchant fees to the providers and the practices is reasonable as well. All of that is changing as money's become more expensive. And it's not so much just about sign here, pay here. And sure, it is an investment and talking about the investment. And they don't park their teeth in the garage at night or out in front of their double wide, right? The teeth come with them forever, morning, noon, and night, to go back to that couple that I was talking about, to be able to go out to eat. All of that, yes, is 100% true. But it's more about that conversation and teaching how to not sit across from a patient as a treatment coordinator, but sitting next to them and guiding them on the journey. Because often, like you said, a $30, $50, $60,000 case isn't so much about sign here, it's $600 or $700 a month for the next 10 years. Because they may have kids that are teenagers that aren't going to get a car when they go away to college because mom or dad made the investment in fill in the blank. It's a different conversation. It's more about let's work through what this looks like, because it's really piecing together if they're motivated in order to move forward and see the value in what they're doing. And that's why we strongly encourage that clinicians don't talk about money. And I know there's a small percentage of population that do, and that's okay for you. We don't believe that at GNA Consult because we just feel that it is a conflict, and that's okay. I stand by that, and also my team members do stand by that too. So I do know that piece of it for sure. And I know a little more. I'm just playing a little bit. So it is true that there's ways to be able to work through. And I've got a good friend of mine, Stacy, and she talks about this all the time, that if you get an objection, it's because you didn't build value.